Q, W, and R, S to make it easy to set a key. I would probably also add the Control Shift Alt so that you can manipulate the camera easily. I personally would also include, if I'm going to be setting up hotkeys, I would include the K key in Maya. So K in Maya, working on Blue's Clues movie, that's awesome. That's really cool. That's one of those shows where it's just like a lot of people growing up with that. To actually be able to animate that, that's super awesome. Whenever it gets released, I'll try to keep an eye out for it. But let me know what shots you worked on once it gets released. I want to see that. That's awesome. Are you actually getting to animate Blue? Man, that's like a once in a lifetime opportunity there to animate like a character that you grew up with, or that, especially even if you haven't grown up with it, that lots of people have grown up with. That's huge. Congrats. So before I'm distracted again, the K key in Maya, so K as in kangaroo, allows you to scrub through the timeline without actually clicking on the timeline. So if I hold down K and then just click and drag in the viewport, you'll notice that the timeline starts adjusting. This makes it very easy when I'm working without having to like click down here. If I've got a hotkey right available at my fingertips, I can just go click. There you go. Adjust the timeline wherever. Let's see. The other things I would do is, I always forget the hotkey for it. Yeah, Alt V. So I would put a hotkey for Alt V. That's the play button in Maya. So Alt V, it'll play. Alt V will stop. So I actually don't use that hotkey that often in Maya because the play button's just down right where my face is, right here. So I'll just use that. But yeah, Alt V works great. What else? Trying to think what other hotkeys are like must have. 1, 2, and 3 on the keyboard. Actually, no, I wouldn't put that as a hotkey. Not for when I'm animating. Maybe 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, 4, 5, and 6, and then Alt 1 potentially to turn off NURBS curves like that. So 4, 5, and 6. Even maybe 7, depending on how often you use the light mode. So 4, 5, 6, maybe 7, and Alt 1. So yeah, these would be the main hotkeys. And whichever order you put it in, it's really just what works best for you. Some people, especially if you're right-handed, left-handed, it's going to change a lot. If you like to use the spinner wheel, you can set that to, oh yeah, actually comma and period. As an animator, these are going to be super, super important. Comma, period, and Alt, comma, period. That way you can actually scrub through your frames and your poses.